Welcome back to Outside the Box. Another day, and it looks like we've got the reigning champion coming back, Regis. Regis, how are you?
I'm doing fine, Rick. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you. We wanted to invite you back because we've been getting just floods of emails and Twitters.
Really? Emails and Twitters too?
Yes, about you being on our show. And I know because you host a show where you give away $1 million.
Well, I don't host it anymore. You know, it's not on the air. It's on syndication.
Well, that's very good.
But you can catch me in the mornings with Kelly Ripa, you know.
How do you like working with Kelly?
I don't want to really talk about it.
Well, I'm sorry to hear it. I know you
No,
guys
I love her. I love her. She's a doll.
You live in the same neck of the woods.
She's a doll.
She's
a doll. Yeah, well, yeah, the Hamptons.
All right, Regis, here's the thing. I feel like it wasn't fair when I cut you off with the blank day category. So we're going to try it again. We're going to do actually a phase 2 card.
Phase 2?
It's a little bit more challenging.
Oh boy.
But it's not so bad. The category is Mr. Blank.
Mr. Blank.
Regis, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here's how it works. We're going to give you 2 minutes. Any word or words following the word Mr. Here we go. Okay, so when you get married, they say, now pronounce you Mr.
Mr. and Mrs.
Yes, and then Mr. Who do you think?
Mr. Big Stuff.
Yes, exactly. And then he's the guy that, it's not dirty, it's...
Mr. Clean.
Yes, and then remember the Beverly Hillbillies?
Oh, yes. Mr. Drysdale. I love that show.
Yes, Regis. And what about the talking horse?
Oh, Mr. Ed.
Yes.
Hello, Wilbur.
And I don't know if you remember this show. I know how young you are. But if you live in Paris, you speak...
French? Mr. French. Oh, that was Buffy and Jody.
Let's not waste time there. Stay with me.
Sorry.
And then from Whoville, he stole Christmas.
Mr. Grinch.
Yes, and then, Gilligan's Island. Thurston.
Mr. Howell.
Yes, and then when you don't believe somebody... their story is just, it's not believable. It's Mr. It's an I.
I don't believe.
You don't believe. You know what? Let's pass that one.
Okay.
Okay, moving on up.
Mr. Jefferson.
Yes, and then, let's pass this one. When you go to Nevada, you go gamble in...
Mr. Las Vegas.
Yes, and then he wore glasses, he couldn't see very well, he's a cartoon guy.
Oh, Mr. Magoo.
Yes, and then no more Mr...
Nice Guy.
Yes, and then I'm Mr... It's an O.
Mr. Olympic. Yeah, no. Mr. Olympia.
Yes, and then this is, they have Mr. and Mrs. and you put little things on them and it's not a cashew, it's
Are we on a Q? It's Peanut, Mr. Peanut. That was a P. Yes. Sorry.
And then Joe Namath was known as Mr.
Quarterback.
Yes, and then Fred Blank. He hosted the. It's a
Mr. Rogers.
Yes, but it's Mr. Rogers.
Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
Yes, and then this is Mr.
What letter are we on?
Beach. It's an S.
S.
It's a beach.
Mr.
Beach.
Sandman.
Yes. Oh, Regis. Much better, much better.
Well,
I really think you're one of our best players.
Well, I hope so.
I think you're one of our best
players. It's a lot of fun. It is.
Thank you for coming back.